Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about The Lost Sister of Fifth Avenue. The Lost Sister of Fifth Avenue by Ella Carey is the fourth book in her Daughters of New York series. Now, in the series, on Bookouture, that's the publisher, this is set to be a 6-book series. So there are going to be 2 more books, and I absolutely love that. In fact, I love it so much that I want to tell you about the previous books in the series, and I am going to put those screenshots up there for you. Book number 1 was A New York Secret. Book number 2 is The Lost Girl of Berlin. Book number 3 is The Girl from Paris, and then this one here, The Lost Sister of Fifth Avenue. Now, I hope that you took a second to look at those covers. Okay, they are beautiful, aren't they? Such as this cover here. And I just like these profile pictures that the cover artists used for these books. Now, a little bit about this book. We have twin sisters, Martha and Charlotte. They live thousands of miles apart, and the ocean separates them. One lives in Manhattan, New York. The other lives in Paris. Well, they are twin sisters, but they don't live near or with each other. Part of the reason is they lost their mother some years previously, and Martha stayed in New York with their father, whereas their mother, Chloe, that's who, we'll talk about Chloe in a few, but their mother had a best friend named Anita, and Anita had a dress shop, and Charlotte was with Anita in Paris, working in Anita's dress shop. So that's why they were living apart. Now, their distance might have been measured in miles, but as we get into this book, or as you get into this book, should you read it, their distance was measured in other ways as well. Now, life for Martha in New York is going well. It's 1938 when this book starts. Now, I did say something about Chloe, their mother. The book does segue to a previous time period when Chloe, their mother, was alive. But the bulk of the story starts in 1938 in Manhattan. Well, I don't want to mix up the names. Martha receives a telegram from her sister Charlotte. Anita, their mother's best friend, their longtime family friend, has passed away. Not only that, is the German armies are invading, and just might be invading Paris. And there's something called the resistance. The resistance is starting to be formed because the Nazi armies are pushing their way into Paris. Well, with that pressure of the Nazi armies, plus the fact that Charlotte lost that family friend Anita, she needs help. And who does she appeal to for help? None other than Martha, her twin sister. Martha doesn't even think twice about it. She pretty much packs her bag and gets ready for the journey all the way over to Paris because she wants to bring her sister home. Now, is that what Charlotte wanted when she sent her sister that telegram, or did she want something else? Well, as far as Martha is concerned, time is of the essence, and it doesn't really matter what Charlotte wants. She wants her sister safe. So you have the horrors of World War II pushing closer and closer and closer into the lives of citizens, but I wanted to say into the life of Charlotte, but into the lives of those citizens there in this particular country, because we know that the series took place in Berlin, it took place in New York, and now it's taking place in Paris. So just keep that in mind. So with those horrors, then, you have the courage and the strength that Charlotte showed. And we learned a lot about Charlotte and what she stood for. And even with the dangers of World War II, as horrible as that was at that time, we knew that those dark days didn't just be completely dark. there was a measure of hope. There was a beacon of life, of light, somewhere in there. And it was that hope, that light, that strength, that courage that made this particular book work as far as us understanding who Charlotte was and what she stood for. Now, what I like that the author did in this book, Ella Carey, is she had snippets of other characters from those previous 3 books in the series. For example, we have Vianne Mercer, who I think was in book number 3. She was the primary protagonist in book number 3. Well, Vianne Mercer's name comes up, other Mercer names come up in this book, and Vianne is said to be an old family friend of theirs. So if you are anything like me and you enjoy continuity, you won't be lost in this case because everything just comes together nice and neat. And if you have read the series from the first book, you'll see other characters briefly mentioned in this book, The Lost Sister of New York? No, The Lost Sister of Fifth Avenue. Forgive me for that. But the thing is, even though our author does mention other characters from the previous books, you can read this book as a standalone. You will get the impact of their relationship and what Charlotte experienced and the sadness. And when I say sadness, I mean sadness. You'll get all of that. But why not read the whole series like I have? And then the last thing I wanted to mention is this book had 2 epilogues. I don't know when I have seen a book with 2 epilogues. It's been a while. But yes, this book had 2 epilogues. Read them both. Read the author's note at the end of the book and see what made our esteemed author, Ella Carey, write this book, write this series. And keep your eye on the release schedule, or at least on this channel, because I will be reading books 5 and 6 and anything else that Ella Carey has to write. So that's all I'm going to say about The Lost Sister of Fifth Avenue, but I want to thank you for watching. You have a good one.